Righty then, you know what day it is. It is Saturday. That means it's time for the transfer review, which means I'm outside Old Trafford telling you we're signing no one. Or am I? Ooh. First up then is Jules Koundé. Sevilla, you might remember him from him absolutely battering Marcus Rashford when we played him. Remember that? I remember that. And Pepperidge Farm remembers that. United have been linked with him. 60 million is what they're saying, and it's in La Razón. And they're saying United are interested in the Sevilla defender, and not only are we interested, we are the favourites to sign him. But what does that really mean? Someone's got to be the favourite. United are the most linked to club in world football, so I don't think there's any substance necessarily in it. I think, as we said, I think the last 2 weeks, there's clearly been some sort of leak, some sort of briefing, some sort of something where United have sort of said to someone, yeah, we're probably in for a centre-half. And that's resulted in United being linked to basically every centre-half in world football. Do I like Koundé? Let's get into this, shall we? Rather than the are we signing him part just yet. Do I like him? I do like him. But he's the same height as I am, which isn't tall for a centre-half. I look short next to Adam and next to Joe. To be a centre-half in the Premier League, I do think you've got to be on the 6 foot plus side. I don't think you can be 5'10". I don't think it works when you're that sort of size. Now, he's not shit in the air, and he's very quick, which is something that I think it's obvious United need in defence. And he's hard, and I mean hard, which works. He's got a lot of the attributes to be a very good centre-half. Now, La Liga, you're not seeing a lot of direct balls, you're not seeing a lot of route one, you're not dealing with the sort of thing that unfortunately you still see in the Premier League, and if you get any of the Championship teams in the Cups, you're absolutely going to be seeing. So I question that, and I might be wrong. I just question it. I just think that's something I'm going to have to do more research on. How does he deal with this? Apart from that, he's a very good player. He's very comfortable on the ball, and he's got all of the technical and physical attributes apart from being over 6 foot. Now, do I see United signing him? 60 million is probably the going rate for a good level centre-half in today's market, minus the 20 million Englishman tax that you get when you sign Harry Maguire. You're in that ballpark, aren't you? So I think that it would be the going rate, the sort of money that you're going to have to pay. Is there better out there for 60 million? 60 million! I would like to think there is. I just couldn't tell you who at the moment that United definitely needs to be going and getting, because I don't know. Do I see United getting him? As it stands right now, on the basis of that article in La Razón, I can't give it any more than a 1. It's got to be a 1 out of 10. That's it. Next up, we have got Max Aarons, Norwich. Looked all right last year, actually. And I do actually think that there's something in Manchester United being interested in a fullback. Is that to replace Wan-Bissaka? I don't know. Let's actually revise this a little bit. Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire was exactly what United needed when we were a team that played on the counter. When we were a team that could sit back and defend in numbers and sort of push back a little bit like that. That was exactly what we needed. Now, I think United have evolved. And United are a different footballing team than we were the day Solskjaer walked in and the day he decided he was signing both Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. We do need someone that's better on the ball as a right back. We need someone that's probably quicker, and it might not even be Harry Maguire that we need at centre-half. A lot of the talk about who's going to partner Harry Maguire, it might be who is it to replace Harry Maguire, and that might be the better question. Harry Maguire might be the one that needs replacing in United's defence, but here's a couple of realities. One, we're not Manchester City, who can just sign 5 centre-halves for 50, 60 million pound and just get rid of one of them. We can't do that. We just don't have the same sort of financial situation they have. 2, he is the club captain. It's political. As much as you may or may not like it, club captains don't just get dropped, and they certainly don't get replaced like that. If he was deep into his 30s, it might be a different matter. Maybe have a rest this week, lad, maybe blah, blah, blah. He's not. So you're not necessarily going to see that out of him in this situation. And 3, he's a record signing. You're not going to bin him on those 3 bases alone. And also, in his defence, he's been all right. He's just not been £80 million. And he's been consistent. And he's played every single game, which is an ability that a lot of our defenders just don't have. It's understandable why people will say, who is it to partner Harry Maguire? Because whether you like it or not, Harry Maguire is not going to be the one that gets replaced for those reasons. Like, you can agree or you can disagree on the reasons, but United aren't been in an £80 million club captain who plays every single week because he's never injured. They're just not. Now, that being said, the same kind of goes for Wan-Bissaka. He was what we needed at a certain time. Now, United have become a possession-focused team. We're 25 metres up the pitch further than we were at the start of Ollie's reign. You need someone who can switch play, find the other flank, beat a man into the final third, create more and more opportunities as we go forward, link up with the fictional right winger that we've not got. On the basis of those things alone, a lot of people will go, well, Ollie signed him, it's his mistake. This is what I want to push back on. Not a mistake to sign him at the time. Maybe the club has evolved, the team has evolved, and now they maybe are the ones that need replacing. The one that would be easier to replace, or at least to buy competition for, would be Wan-Bissaka. Now, Max Aarons, they're talking about Bayern Munich might be in for him. Hang on. For starters, that might be a little bit giddy. I like Max Aarons. I think he's a good player. 35, 40 million. Man, that's 90 million spent on two fullbacks that play in the same position. That's a bit giddy for me. We're not Manchester City. I don't anticipate us doing that. Especially when you've got Ethan Laird doing bits for MK Dons. Is what Max Aarons doing that much more impressive than what Ethan Laird's doing? For me, it's not. For me, the performances that we've seen from Ethan Laird on loan at MK Dons at the moment at least warrant him given the opportunity to see if he can do it in the Premier League. Especially when it's going to save you 40 million quid, because 40 million quid could shore up another position that we desperately need someone to cover in. So this whole talk of Max Aarons, I do think United are in for a fullback. I would be surprised if it's someone in a similar age profile or price profile to what we've already got. If it was a bit like Cavani, a 33-year-old, a 34-year-old, available on a free transfer, that's different. And for that, I could understand, and I could kind of get behind it. And maybe that's where the Trippier rumours have come in. But for 40 million quid, especially if Bayern Munich are interested, hey, would you like to try and maybe come into the top four with Manchester United, where you might play some weeks and he might play other weeks, or do you want to go Bayern Munich and win fucking everything? It's not a difficult decision, is it? It shouldn't be a difficult decision, unless he's a United fan. And even it shouldn't be a fucking difficult decision. I can't see anything in the Max Aarons one. Here's another 1 out of 10. I meant to say that was from Romano in the Here We Go podcast, and now I've just said it. Kingsley Coleman, this is a name that's been continually linked with Manchester United for the longest time. He's in for a new contract, and United have offered to double his wages, roughly, from about 140 to about 260, 70 grand a week. Million? What is it, Messi? Grand a week. Again, Kingsley Coleman, does he solve some of the issues that we've got? Yeah, he does, actually. Is he worth, pretty much top earner status? Fuck no. And again, do you get people out of Bayern Munich that Bayern Munich want to keep hold of? No, you don't. No, you don't. So, would I? No, I just don't want anyone out of Bayern Munich. How about that? No. He's better than Dan James? Yes. Do I want him though? No. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is when you leave Bayern Munich, you just fucking... never the same. Now, is there anything in this? Well, for one, it's the Daily Mail, and for two, there was also talk on Sky Sports saying that he's rejected that offer that we're going to double his wage. So let's just call this a big fat fucking 0 out of 10, shall we? Next up, we got Federico Valverde, and it's in the Sun, so straight away, it's already a load of bollocks. And apparently United are keeping tabs on him as a potential replacement for Paul Pogba. Right, I think there's going to be more fucking swapsies in a school playground in the summer. I think that's the need it, got it, fucking yeah, get one of them, give me that, give it on, get on. Do you want that one? I got 4 of them. Yeah. Right. United need to bring in players. I don't think any of us would argue with that whatsoever. United need to offload players. Again, no one's arguing with that. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of cash in the game at the moment. Big transfers, I would be fucking amazed if they're happening. Now, Valverde might actually fit the profile of someone, he's 22, someone that's on the up and up that United might be able to get. But when it's the fucking Sun and their whole thing is United are keeping tabs on him, guess what, fuckers? I'm not going to get him printed on a shirt just yet. Because that is the most tedious, weak source of link I've ever fucking come across. The Sun keeping tabs. What the fuck does keeping tabs mean? Someone in the comments right now, tell me what the fuck keeping tabs means. Are we buying him? No, we're keeping tabs on him. Are we scouting him? No, we're keeping tabs on him. Right. Are we inquiring about his availabilities? No, we're keeping tabs on him. What's a tab? And where are we keeping our tabs? Is there lots of tabs? Do we have multiple tabs that we can put on different players? Or is there like a folder of tabs? What the fuck does keeping tabs on someone mean? I swear to God, it's the most nonsense fucking article you could fucking write. Oh, United might be interested in. Fucking, yeah, and he might also not be fucking interested in. What the fuck does that mean? Start having some fucking bollocks about your bullshit and say, United are signing this fucker or I'll quit. Or fuck off. Or keep tabs on another fucking job because you're a fraud of a fucking journalist. How about that? That being said, 0 out of 10. That was Ian's. That was, what, an aggregate score of 0.5 out of 10, I think. Am I wrong? No. It is the outs. According to the formerly great local newspaper, now disreputable online blog, and I mean, it was great. When David Meat was there, it was great. Now, it's honestly trash. They're calling it a goalkeeper cull. When you look at the dictionary definition of a cull, it's quite violent. I don't think that's necessarily what they're alluding to. Otherwise, Ed Woodward might be going down for like, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. You can't kill goalkeepers. You can't kill loads of them. And how many keepers do you need to kill to be a serial keeper killer? How many do you reckon it is? How many people do you need to kill to be a serial killer? Come on. Three? All right, well, there's 4 on this list. So let's see if Woodward's going down for murder. Serial murder. So, Sergio Ramos. Well, you knew he was on the list straight off the bat. And what is the formerly great local newspaper, now disreputable online blog, saying about Sergio Romero, Steve? They're saying nothing. They've just put him on the list. Next on the list, Joe Pereira. United. No intention of renewing his contract. Listen, lads, no intention of renewing his contract. It's not the same as fucking butchering him in his house, is it? Paul Woolston. Who? Yeah. 22-year-old's been here about fucking 2.5 years. He was literally a backup under-23 goalkeeper, and apparently we're fucking him off and all. Oh no. And Lee Grant. Say it ain't true, Steve. Yeah, Lee Grant's going and all. So that's his one appearance a season down the shitter. Look, I believe actually Lee Grant's been doing coaching badges, and I think he's also part of the coaching staff, especially when it comes to goalkeepers. So what's more than likely going to happen with Lee Grant is he's just going to probably stay on the staff as a goalkeeping coach. I mean, literally, look how many fucking goalkeepers we've got. We could put an 11 out of goalkeepers. You go far and out, nothing in the academy. Easily. You don't need all these goalkeepers. United are going to be jettisoning some goalkeepers who don't fucking play. Is anyone asked? No. Sound. Just tune in. Subscribe. In a bit.